In the mists of ancient lands, where the north winds howl, walks Wotan the wanderer with a single eye to prowl. A seeker of wisdom at the world tree's root, he hung for 9 nights to bear the truth's fruit. With ravens at his side and wolves to guard his way, he stirs the hearts of men to battle and to fray. But in his gift of frenzy a double edge is found, for what he gives in power can bring nations to the ground.
From Mount Sinai's heights, where the lightning flashed, came Yahweh the lawgiver with the covenant unclasped. I am the Lord thy God, his voice like thunder rolled. No other gods before me, his commandments told. With a pillar of fire, he led his chosen band through the wilderness and war to the promised land. But when his people stray, his wrath is swift and sure, for Yahweh's love is jealous and his justice pure. When Wotan rides the storm and Yahweh parts the sea, the heavens clash in fury for all the world to see. The wild hunt and the burning bush in eternal strife, one calls to freedom's call, the other to life. But in their war we see the shadow and the light, the chaos and the order in the day and night. In the ashes of defeat, where hope was all but gone, a leader emerged with a vision strong. He spoke of blood and soil, of destiny's call, awakening the sleeping God enthroned in the hall. With the symbols of the past, he rallied the crowd to march once more, to stand tall and proud. But from the west a different cry of freedom and of justice beneath the same sky. In the east the Russian bear rose with iron fist and law, Stalin's grip like Yahweh's hand to crush the outlaw's claw. Across the sea in British land, the lion's vicious roar, with Churchill's voice like thunder urging men to fight the war. In the new world the eagle soared with Roosevelt's command to bring the world to order with a steady guiding hand. For Yahweh's spirit moved them with justice as their guide, to stand against the storm with the law upon their side. When Wotan rides the storm and Yahweh parts the sea, the heavens clash in fury for all the world to see. The wild hunt and the burning bush in eternal strife, one calls to freedom's call, the other to life. But in their war we see the shadow and the light, the chaos and the order in the day and night. In 39 the storm broke loose as Wotan's call was heard. The blitzkrieg struck like lightning and the world was stirred. Poland quickly fell, then France, beneath the eagle's claw, while Yahweh's chosen watched and prepared for total war. The Battle of Britain raged in the skies above the land, with Spitfires and hurricanes to make a final stand. But Wotan's fury was not spent as Yahweh built up in the east to destroy Yahweh's bear before the bear could feast. In 43 the tide did turn as Stalingrad did bleed. The Red Army rose with Yahweh's wrath to meet the German steed. Across the seas in Africa's sands Rommel's fox did run, but Monty's 8th Army with cunning had begun. Then D-Day came in 44 with Allied might ashore, to storm the beaches of Normandy and tear down Wotan's door. The clash of gods was at its peak with fire and blood and steel, as Wotan and Yahweh fought for the world's very weak.
5, the end was near as Berlin burned and fell. His storm of fire faded in a buried spell. The Allies marched with flags unfurled to claim the victory, while Wotan's storm was silenced, or so it seemed to be. But in the east the skies did blaze with Yahweh's righteous flame. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, like Sodom's cursed name. A modern judgment fell as cities turned to dust. God's wrath reborn in fire to break the world's trust. When Wotan rides the storm and Yahweh parts the sea, the heavens clash in fury for all the world to see. The wild hunt and the burning bush in eternal strife. One calls to freedom's call, the other to life. But in their war we see the shadow and the light, the chaos and the order in the day and night. With Nuremberg's trials, the victor sought to slay the spirit of Wotan, to banish him away. They hung the leaders high and damned the ideology. But could they kill a god, or just his mortal plea? For Wotan's essence lingered in the shadows deep, waiting for the moment when men would wake from sleep. And though the Allies claimed the victory was theirs, the archetype remained in the world's affairs. When Wotan's bound in chains, the world begins to crack. For what's repressed in silence will always circle back. His spirit feeds on wisdom and chaos. In the dark it grows, unleashing wars and madness where the wild river flows. Yahweh's hand may crush him with lore and righteous might, but Wotan rises stronger from the endless night. For gods cannot be slain by mortal will alone. They haunt the soul forever in blood and ancient stone. Wotan did not die, he slipped into the night to bide his time in shadows, away from Yahweh's light. For what is repressed does not fade away, it waits in silence for another day. And in the hearts of men the storms still brews, for the gods are not gone, they only choose to snooze. Take heed of ancient truths, do not forsake their weight, for what's suppressed in darkness will rise to seal our fate. 80 years have passed since the war was won, but questions rise like ghosts beneath the setting sun. The official tale of good and evil's fight is challenged now in the growing light. Some now say that Germany was right, and Yahweh's victory was but a fleeting might. The gods do not die, they wait in silent night for the moment when we forget and lose our sight.